Welcome back, weebs and gamers. This is AG here, back with some more deck profiles. Today, I'm going to be doing it on a sort of newer Hololive deck that has come about, mainly because I think of the new banlist restriction, where you're not allowed to play the Luna level 3 and the Hachima rest counter together anymore. So people have sort of been brewing of maybe what they could change and alter to alleviate that problem, and people have come up with just playing basically just Generation 5, which is like intended to be like a memory compression deck where you get a certain amount of cards into your memory and then it enables certain effects. And I do like that. I do very much think that the Luna deck, in its base form, was kind of like lacking the memory compression to make the Polka level 1 combo be more effective. It was still okay, you can always just salvage zeros, but I felt like that was kind of a little bit of wasted potential. So this deck basically just takes a hold of that and just makes it have the memory compression, so you get better effects. So yeah, I think that's pretty cool, and yeah, we'll get right into it here. So the level 0 game is not too much different from the Luna build that most people are playing. So first is the for this Matsuri bomb. So it's mainly just because it has come and play mill 3, which is really nice, and it's like your color fix for yellow because you do just want to play Matsuri stock swap. So as long as you have like a little bit of yellow in here, you'll have access to that. And yeah, this is a phenomenal card. I really like this card. It's just like you always want to see it in your opening hand. It's just like pretty much one of the best first turn plays, just to get hopefully 1/1 polkas in your waiting room right away. Next is the other most important level 0 is this Mio. So she is just a drop search, and then it's also when sent to waiting room, which is nice. So like if you do happen to stand by and play over her, you can still resolve the effect. And also she has come and play. You can check top 2 and then leave whatever ones you want there and mill the rest. So this helps you like dig for standby triggers, so you can trigger standby more often. Also, just it's a good card. It'll just let you check top 2. You can keep whatever you want there or mill whatever you want. It's a very, very good card. I would highly recommend maxing 4 of that as well. Next, we just have 2 of the Climax swap. So this is kind of just in there as like your Climax swap. You could play really whichever ones you want. There's definitely Hololive has no shortage of good Climax swaps. So I'm just playing the Ina one because this is a standby deck, so having like extra soul triggers in your deck is kind of nice because you can just get extra damage sometimes. And again, it has like a top check 2 effect, which is relevant for the level 3 Nene and just random good other effects as well. So yeah, I just like the Ina. And then next we have pretty much all the memory cards. So we're playing 2 of this Botan. This is just sack itself, send it to memory, pay 1, and then check top 3 and take a Hololive character. This is really nice because it's just like in your main phase, just start up, you can just use it. So your opponent can't like deny it in any way. You can always just use it. Next is 2 of the Lammy. So this is a very good card that people were playing in the Gura deck, but it's also just good in this deck because, I mean, this is kind of the deck that it was pretty much intended to be playing, so, of course it's going to work well. It also goes, it's a pay 1, clock yourself, go to memory, and then you get to check top 4 at a Hololive character, and it's also just on attack, give someone 1k. It's a very good card. And you do want to play like a varied different level 0s because the whole gimmick is you need 3 different cards in your memory, like with different names. So you can't just like max this Lammy and get like multiples of this Lammy because it doesn't work. You need like different names. So that's why I'm kind of just playing like a bunch of 2-ofs for that. Next we have this Nene. So this Nene just goes to memory for free, which is really nice. I've always loved this card, even back when I was playing it in like Marine and like other decks. I always loved this card. Just goes to memory for free. Can't get better than that. And then just pay 1, ditch 1, check 3, add anything. So it allows you to get standbys or whatever you need. And then last is just 2 copies of the Standby Bouncer Polka. So this card this deck, you actually don't play a Brainstorm. In the Luna deck, you could play like just some tech copy Brainstorms. Like you could play the Hachima counter. I like that card. Or you could play some of the whichever ones of the level 0 ones you want. But I just decided to forego that for this one because I'm going to be playing this. And yeah, it's just basically just when you play a climax, pay 1, check 4, add anything. And it's also the standby card, so it's like bounces back to your hand, give someone 15. Yeah, so just very good card. I would probably, because in the other decks you play like Ozki as well. So like in the Luna deck. So in this deck you're not playing Ozki because you have the level 3 Nene combo. But yeah, so this is still a good a bounce card as well to play. And then moving on to level 1, so we have just 4 of the Polka level 1 combo. So this is like your just on attack, salvage a character equal to how many different named cards are in your memory. So if you don't have any, you can only get 0s. But if you have any like level 1 or 2 or whatever, then you can get a corresponding level. So this is really helpful. So usually you can always get like 3 in memory for sure. I mean, for the level 3 Nene, you have to have 3 in memory to have its ability online. So you always want to get at least 3. And that way, this can just allow you to salvage anything, pretty much. So you can get back, like, Hachima counter or whatever else, level 3s, whatever else you need. So yeah, awesome card, and it just becomes basically better in this build than in the Luna build. And then this is sort of like your just supplementary attacker. So this Nene, she just gets like 2k on your turn. It's just like a 5500, but she's also like a on-stage counter where you can pay 1, send her to memory when one of your other characters is attacked, and that character gets 2500. So yeah, just pretty cool, and it's just good if you want to like stand by it too, because it's a on-stage counter, which is nice. And then 1 copy of this level 1 Botan counter. So it's just a 2k counter that goes to memory when you use it. So just more memory compression. You could play other level 1 counters if you want. Like I said, you could play the Hachima, or you could play the old school Mel Lifa counter. But I just like this one because it works with the memory whole thing. And after level 2, you're going to have like your level 2 combo counters, so you don't really care for this one. So moving on to level 2, so we have, this is one of the new cards, so this is the Nene. So this is basically just like an old school changer effect. So it's just at the beginning of your climax phase, pay 1, ditch 1, and send her to memory to summon the level 3 Nene from your waiting room. So, but the reason why this is really good is because nowadays you have standby, so you can standby this out at level 1, and then, assuming to your back row most of the time. And then on your next turn, you can just move it up and then enter, do whatever you want, enter attack climax phase, and use your effect to change into level 3 Nene. So you can potentially even do that at level 1, which is crazy. I mean, the Sora decks have been summoning level 3s at level 1 as well, so this is sort of the same thing, but, you know, you don't get a whole stage out of it. But it's still very good, and the Nene actually has like a burn effect, anti-damage effect, has encore, so it's just a very nice card overall, and I do like that this also goes to memory, so it just feeds your memory even more. And then we have 2 copies of the Hachima counter, of course. So yeah, this is like the main reason to switch to this build is that you're allowed to play the Hachima counter, because if you play the Luna build, you have to play Luna level 3. So yeah, so I mean, it's Hachima counter. I'm sure people know what it does. Just ditch 4, rest one of your opponent's characters. And then we're just playing 1 copy of this Louis counter. So she's just like a anti-change counter where you just pay 2, sack a character on your stage. This I feel is a little bit better in this build because it is 8 standby. So utilizing the Suisei one is a little bit harder. Like if you're playing like 8 gate or choices or whatever where you plus back to hand, then the Suisei one's a little bit better. But this one I feel is a little bit better because you can kind of just like sack your stage and you don't have to ditch your hand because you want to conserve your hand as much as possible for Hachima counter. So and then just 1 copy of this Pekro back row. So this was played usually at like 2 in the Luna build, but majority of the time if you resolve standby at level 1, you want to just summon the Nene. So you don't really care about this. This is more of just like a win more card, like if you happen to get it, sure, but it's not really a big deal. And then you do play like level 3 back rows, so once you get to like level 2 and level 3, you're just gonna probably just be playing those anyway. So it's kind of just like there for like the in between where it sometimes might be useful. And then moving on to level 3. So now we have the Nene level 3. So this is basically your replacement for the Luna. So I do feel that this card is a little bit better and a little bit worse than Luna. Because Luna has the levels where it becomes level 0 effect, which is very important because it allows it to not be bombed by certain effects. You can't counter it. So there's just a lot of things that have makes the Luna very good. The Luna is just base 11.5 versus only 10.5. So the Luna definitely is very, very good for sure. But I do like this Nene because it actually has like a pretty substantial burn effect, which is just so it's on attack. If with the Nene standby in play, you mill the top card of your deck, and if it's level 1 or higher, you burn them for 3 damage. So it's just super cheap, like no cost whatsoever. You just mill a card, and if it's level 1 or higher, you burn them. So that's where the top checks come in. You want to play, like, assuming you want to play a top check before you play this, so you don't have to, like, YOLO as much. But yeah, so it does have that, and then it also has the, just if you have the 3 or more memory, then it gains Hand Encore, and the if you take damage, then you can check the top card of your deck and either leave it there or mill it. Whereas the Luna is when it's just front attacked. So both good, you know, for varying reasons. But yeah, so the Nene is still very good, still very strong. And the fact that you can just like I find it's a little bit more consistent to get out because you have the changer that's like guaranteed to summon it. Whereas like the Luna, sometimes you have to kind of just YOLO and hope you trigger it at level 2. But yeah, so really good card. I like that Nene. So then we just have some early plays. So we're just playing 2 copies of this Ayame early play. It's just like a heal, and or you can check top 3, take anything. So just a standard good card, and it does become slightly better in this build. The fact that the Polka can just like salvage it now, which is very nice. So it just allows you to get whatever you need if you need a heal or check 3. Then we're playing 2 copies of the Miko back row. So this is like your level 3 back row. So it's just like a come and play heal if you play it from hand, or 2k to front, and it's 2k to front, and then also has a Brainstorm. It's actually a Surge Brainstorm, which is kind of annoying because it's a red card. I would rather it be a salvage, but yeah. And then just round it out, just some one-ofs. So 1 copy of this Iris. So this just helps break boards at level 2. And keeps your Nene alive, or at least like puts it out of counter range. Like, of course, if they have anti-change counters or whatever, then they can still counter you. But at least this one, with this, potentially it just puts you at like 15k, so they can't like beat you with a counter. And then also lets you like clock kick stuff, so counters like encore effects and stuff. So yeah, this Iris is phenomenal. I'm really glad that they came out with this because that's actually like a promo card. And then just 1 copy of the Matsuri stock swap, of course. Like I said, like if you want to splash yellow just to play this card, pretty much. It's just a great card. And then 1 copy of this Ozki card. So this is like just like a standby card where it's just global 15, and then also has like a burn effect you can sometimes resolve, where if your opponent's entire board or entire front row is reversed or empty, you can ditch 2 to burn 1. So yeah, just a good card to sometimes standby out if you trigger extra standbys, you know. And then finally we just have the climaxes. So we just have 4 copies of this Polka, the standby combo, and 4 copies of the Nene combo. And yeah, that's it, guys. So if you like the video, remember to like, comment, subscribe. I'm going to be testing this deck out a lot more now, at least until some of my new sets come out that I'm going to be purchasing, like Cardcap Sakura. So that'll be fun once that comes out. But for now, I'm just sort of testing random decks, and this one caught my eye. I really liked it. The fact that it has like the whole memory gimmick now is actually useful. So yeah, if you liked the video, remember to like, comment, subscribe, and this is EIJI'S signing out.